Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Congratulations. On behalf of the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the Schmoes Know, you are now a member of the Jedi Alliance. May the Force be with you, always.
That's us. I think that's the part where we start talking.
Oh, so we'll start talking now. Hello, Star Wars fans. Yes.
Hey, kids.
Welcome to Popcorn Network's Jedi Alliance, a celebration of the greatest saga ever told.
The greatest saga ever told. My name's Joe Ruggirello.
I'm Joey Rockenstein.
We're here. We're at Jedi Alliance. And Ken is not here. He's abandoned you.
He has made the jump to light speed. He is in Las Vegas.
Mute your computer. He is in Las Vegas at a professional wrestling convention, which he apparently thought was a better idea than being here and talking Star Wars, which I don't agree with. But I'm glad he did, because now we get to be
talk
here.
Star Wars.
Yeah, we get to talk Star Wars, and he has to deal with Vegas. Good luck to you, Ken.
Yeah.
We'll be missing you.
Well, let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
What they usually do here when they have people guest host, they ask them 5 questions.
The 5 most important questions. But we've both been here, so we've already answered, and we know you all have our answers logged in your Jedi Alliance journal.
If you don't, please pull those up now.
They will be on the final, so you have to make sure you know that stuff. So
we have 5 additional important questions
from you, the fans. So thanks. Thank you for playing along with our nonsense. Shall we?
Please.
Shall we dive right in?
I say go for it.
All right. The first question, as decided by you, the fans, if you could do a 24-hour ride-along, basically hang out for 24 hours with anyone in the Star Wars universe, who would it be?
So this is almost like you're riding along with the cops or the fire department, but this is now the Star Wars version of that.
It's the Ice Cube Kevin Hart movie, only with Star Wars people.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to say I would want to ride along with Darth Vader.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I have a couple of reasons for that. I would have to say I want to see what the ins and outs of operating a Death Star would involve.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't really know the business side of that, what kind of vendors that they use on the Death Star.
That's a good point.
Yeah, and also, I'm sure he has a pretty busy schedule. I know he's got to go in for his head work at some point during the day.
Got to be in that big egg.
Yeah, so that's a very important part of it. So I would definitely would want to ride along with Vader. Maybe he can teach me a few tips, lightsaber tricks.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's a little more dangerous for my taste.
Oh.
As anyone who's seen me on the show before knows, I'm kind of a giant coward. I would choose to hang out for 24 hours with Lando Calrissian, because I bet that dude knows how to hang out.
You know what? That is an excellent person to choose.
I think you hang out with Lando, you find some exciting cantina somewhere. You just kind of let him do the work, and kind of be like hanging out.
Almost like his wingman.
Yeah, you'd be his wingman. Right. But like, Lando, you see, you go. I'm just gonna. It'd be like hanging out with Leo DiCaprio. You just kind of wait for the runoff and just.
Yeah, you are not
back.
Waiting in any lines at the Maz Eisley. I mean, you're getting drinks right away.
Oh yeah. He just walks in and is like, "Hey, how you all doing? You're gonna party with Lando tonight." I mean, but that's just me.
Good choice.
And hopefully not run into you and Darth Vader. Because you to be up to trouble.
Right. I'm sure he probably would be having me doing a lot of busy work, I figure, if I was following him.
There would be so much filing involved with hanging out with Darth Vader.
I bet he's so behind on that, too.
Yeah. I need these faxed.
Right away. Yeah. All right, so let's go with question number 2. What is your favorite lightsaber battle?
Gosh, this was tough. I spent way too much time thinking about this, and any grown man should really ponder questions like this. But
I mean, anytime you're sitting in traffic, I would think you're thinking about this.
Yeah, just like, what is my favorite lightsaber battle? I'm gonna go. I almost gave it to, in honor of this show, the Duel of the Fates with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan and Darth Maul, because that's just awesome. I gotta go with Luke and Darth. Empire
classical.
Strikes Back, the first one.
Stick with the classic, yeah.
I mean, and just so much happens during it. Like, it's an awesome fight, and Luke loses his hand, finds out that little technical, detail about his relationship with Mr.
It's almost
Vader.
like a throwaway.
It's
like,
a total throwaway.
It's like an aside.
It's a total throwaway line that nobody even remembers what happened. But yeah, sometimes the most obvious answer is still the right one.
It's still the best one.
I think. I don't know.
That's a great one. I myself went with the great lightsaber battle in the Clone Wars series, which was between Darth Sidious, Maul, and Savage Opress.
Yeah, that was good.
When Darth Sidious just came in there, and I was like, "What? This guy has got moves that these guys haven't seen."
Oh yeah. Well, and anytime you can hang with those two, I mean, it's
right.
And anytime those two walk in, something's gonna go down.
Right.
So if you can go toe to toe with those dudes, good for you. I mean, that was awesome.
Those two brothers, I thought had it made, but then Sidious showed up, and it's like, I don't think so.
No,
they're in for a world of hurt, and they did get hurt.
Yeah, that did not end well for them.
Right.
Yeah, and that was a good one. I totally forgot about that one.
Number three,
what is, in your opinion, the icon of Star Wars? Like, what if you put anything, whether it be a character, a graphic, whatever, sat it in front of somebody and just said, "Look at this," and they would immediately go, "That's Star Wars."
On that one, I am just going to go with the face of Vader. Just the helmet. I mean, you see that, and first of all, if you see that anywhere, I think you're in danger.
Yes.
So you probably should turn and walk the other way.
Right.
Unless you're trained, of course. But I mean,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, no. Yeah, definitely. I would go if not Vader, I would go with Yoda.
Oh.
I would say one of those two.
See, I like how we're thinking though. I'm thinking I think we can tell what side of the Force that we're on by the answers that we're giving here.
Yeah, I'm guessing you picked dark side, and I went,
right.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm kind of a coward. I'm not a coward.
I'm anti-coward. I mean,
I'm anti-confrontational.
See,
I believe in a peaceful resolution.
You are a peacekeeper, Joe.
Yeah, I'll throw down if necessary, but I'd rather just kick back in the VIP lounge with Lando. That's all I'm saying.
Who doesn't want that?
Right?
Who doesn't? That should be like an award in a raffle to be able to hang out with Lando Calrissian.
Yes.
I mean, like
they should be
silent auction or something.
At Star Wars Celebration, they should raffle that off.
It.
Forget everything else. Who wants to hang out with Lando? I like that. Yeah. But yeah, no, I agree with Vader, but I would also put Yoda up there just because, I mean, his face is so iconic. All you have to do is do a little backwards talk to somebody and they know you're talking Yoda, or do or do not. There is no try. It's Yoda. So
many iconic sayings.
Yes.
Come from
so
Yoda.
It's definitely one of those two.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a good one. And number 4, what is your favorite weapon?
Again, sometimes the most obvious answer is the right one. You have to go with lightsaber. I mean, you just do.
Yes, I actually, I'm pretty much the same, but I wrote Darksaber. Just got a little bit more specific on that. For those of you who are Clone Wars fans, the Darksaber did make a nice appearance in that.
Yeah.
And I was enthralled by that, and I definitely felt like my younger self when I said, "Where can I get a lightsaber?" Now I'm thinking, "Where can I get a Darksaber?"
Yeah. No, that's a good one. Yeah, I mean, I was merely just thinking lightsaber in general. If I had to pick a specific one, I was like, I mean, here he is.
But hello.
Here's my little buddy here, Darth Maul.
You come equipped
with the double. Yes. Well, like I tweeted out the picture. Our toy display is a little lacking since Ken isn't here, but we got the Pez dispensers. But yeah, no, I like Darth Maul's little thing there.
I don't, you say lacking. I feel that these say a lot from just the ones that we have.
I went with quality over quantity. We've
covered the action figures, but then the Pez dispensers. I mean, who doesn't have a great collection of Star Wars Pez dispensers?
I mean, it's pretty much required in life, I think.
It should be, and it is now.
Yeah,
it is now. So
if you don't have a good Pez dispenser, you're doing it wrong.
If you're fans of the show, please go out and get a Star Wars Pez dispenser.
Yeah. At least one after the show. Do it after the show,
of course.
Right now you have to hang out, listen to us babble. Finally, the last question from you, the fans.
Thank you, by the way. These were great questions.
Yes, thank you for caring. Ken was very class. Yes, people care about my show. Thank God. Who or what is your favorite non-human character?
So again, thought long and hard.
Yeah.
And I think this is almost who I would want to be in the Star Wars universe. So I would want to be a Wookiee.
Yeah.
I want to be a Wookiee. You heard it here. I mean,
I can't argue with that. So I'm not going to.
I took Wookiee for a semester at City College.
That was that was such a good class.
It was good. It was hard, but I finally caught on.
Yeah, the midterm was pretty brutal. But,
yeah, I did get into an argument with the professor one time, and for that I say,
did he tear your arms off though?
Yeah, he threatened.
Yeah,
threatened with the arm tearing.
That's good. I love. I mean, I when I answered my top 5 questions, I think I said my favorite character was Chewie. So I'm with you on that. I also got to give a little love to R2-D2. I like him. He's kind of, I mean, he's little. He just kind of scurries around, but he's always right in the middle of it.
He packs a punch.
He packs a punch. He's always involved in it. He's always got a little something going on that he's not telling anybody about and just pissing C-3PO off. And so I like him. He's kind of a jerk, but he's in it.
3PO and R2 are definitely the odd couple of the Star Wars universe.
Yes, when they did the reboot on CBS, they should have had a 3PO and R2-D2. That's a sitcom right there. That thing could run forever.
Les Moonves, you heard it here. I mean, that's the new odd couple. Come on, let's
make it happen.
So those were the 5 questions. Thank you for those. And now on to Star Wars news.
Yes, from the HoloNet. And the big news, the top story, the one that sent shockwaves throughout all the Star Wars universe, as of, I believe, last Friday.
Correct.
Last Friday, all 6 Star Wars films, the Star Wars collection, is now available on digital download. iTunes, whatever non-Apple users use, you can all download all 6 films ready to go on your tablet, on your laptop, on your phone, on your iPod Touch. I don't know how completely it goes. But yeah, no, you can finally get all 6 ready, have them at the ready
in a row
at all time, in a row, out of order, however you want to do it. We're not and not just the films. There's some extras. They have I think each one has a conversation with cast members, stuff where they give you some behind the scenes.
That's pretty sweet.
So it's not just the film. There's also some extras. I think they're going for $19.99 each on. At least I think that's what I saw it on iTunes. One thing I'm seeing that some fans are a little perturbed about,
upset,
a little upset, is that at the intro, where it usually does the da 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 da. Right. It's not there anymore. It's just the Lucasfilm and the little fanfare. It's just not the same. And the original trilogy is the special editions with all the added extras and
nice
and whatnot.
All the bells and all the whistles.
Yeah, the re-releases, the extended dance scene in Return of the Jedi. So if you've ever
I heard the person who choreographed that dance scene was the same one who did the choreography for Michael Jackson's Thriller.
That would explain a lot.
Yeah.
That would explain all her moves.
Right.
I actually wouldn't be so opposed to that if she actually moonwalked. I think that would have been pretty awesome. She's like going. I'm just saying.
So finally, now 6. We can own all 6 in digital download.
Yeah. Take them with you. Star Wars is with you always.
Forever.
Just like the Force. It will be with you always. You can take it wherever you want.
I'm proud to say that Disney will, be getting, once again, more of my money.
They're going to make a few dollars on this, I think.
Which is fantastic after they got my money when I bought the VHS box set.
Yep.
The VHS remastered box set.
Yep.
The DVD box set.
Oh, yeah.
The DVD remastered box set.
Yep. Yeah. No, I have the DVD box set that also has the original theatrical versions of the first trilogy, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Like I don't have Episode 4. I have Star Wars. Like my crawl and everything doesn't even say A New Hope. It's Star Wars.
Just Star Wars.
Which is cool, but yeah, this is pretty tempting too. Even though it is the special editions, I'm a little snobby about that. But I mean, it's Star Wars everywhere. I would almost want to get Jury Duty just so I could then watch Star Wars on my iPad in the jury room. Just be like, I'm just gonna sit here and watch. He's guilty. I'm watching Star Wars. I don't care.
Jury Duty will never be that bad again.
Right?
Now that we have the digital versions of Star Wars.
Yeah, any fan, you get it and you think, oh no, I have to go to jury. Wait. I can watch Star Wars all day. Like that's fantastic. That kind of makes it worth it, right?
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I don't hate that idea. Yeah, I think there we go.
Other news, the Clone Wars.
Clone Wars Clone Wars coming to Celebration, Star Wars Celebration. If you, like us, are fans of these of
If you like celebrating
Star Wars: The Clone Wars, which you should be, they are releasing. Well, they're screening a 4-episode arc called The Bad Batch. The episodes aren't completely finished, but they will have the full voice cast there, and it's for everyone who is wondering whatever happened to Echo. This is his story of how Captain Rex and team.
Now, did they kind of just like fall off? Like they had the story going, and then it was one of those situations where they just kind of like blended into the main story that they were doing.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, since Clone Wars got canceled semi-abruptly.
Let's just say it was abrupt.
Abruptly. It was taken too soon so that they could make room for Rebels, which I'm happy to say I do enjoy.
More than the Clone Wars?
No, but enough that I'm not mad about it anymore. It was getting a little sketchy there, but towards the end and with the finale and everything, kind of how it's set to go, I
had heard that you weren't hanging out as much as you used to because you were so upset about what was going on.
I did spend a lot of time at home just crying and just curled up with my little Ahsoka doll that I have. And just,
it's going to be okay.
But so...
That's exciting, though.
But it is. So since there were a few plot threads that were left dangling when the show was taken from us, ripped
abruptly. You might add. Yeah.
It's exciting, and then hopefully I know it's so far it's only scheduled to air at Celebration, but hopefully they can kind of put them together and give them for the rest of us, for those of us not cool enough to go.
Right.
Well, I don't know.
We'll be celebrating.
Going?
I won't be going to the Celebration.
Yeah,
I'll be celebrating.
Well, yes.
Right.
With your new digital downloads.
Absolutely.
Available now on iTunes. Like that. That's a product. I'm trying to get us sponsored.
I think that worked.
I'm trying to get Ken sponsored. If he lands an Apple sponsorship because of that, I get.
You think we're gonna get a part of it?
90%.
Oh my gosh!
I want 90%.
I want at least 0.05% of that.
You got it.
Thank
you were here. You're a witness.
I'm gonna sign that right now. Thank you.
Oh, it's binding. I believe if you say anything on air, it's a legal binding contract.
I have proof.
Yep. You can play this back in court. I'll be like, damn, I really shouldn't have said that. Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you're paying attention and not watching your digital download right now.
Yeah, see, they'll all side with me. It's like, I'm why you have that. You're welcome.
And rounding out the news, of course.
Yes.
Darth Vader.
This last week saw
number
release
4.
Darth Vader, number 4.
Look at that
latest,
artwork.
Right? Oh, the artwork.
Oh my gosh.
I have to say, all 4 of the Star Wars series have had outstanding. You want to take a look at it, play around. Have had outstanding artwork. I think Darth Vader, in both story and art, is probably the superior of all 4 Star Wars series. And this was another awesome installment. Vader, in his quest to, all right. I mean, he's fighting a bunch of droids, just him, and it's pretty awesome. And he's, I won't get too spoilery for those of you who haven't read it, but he's continuing his quest to kind of redeem himself in the face of the Emperor. The series starts right after the Death Star blows up, and the Emperor's shockingly not too pleased with Mr. Vader.
Right.
He's a little miffed.
I'm sure that was a pretty expensive loss when the Death Star blew
It
up.
was. I mean, there was a lot of red tape. That was a huge hit to the budget. And all the vendors that we talked, they were mad.
Right, they pull out.
Yeah.
They're left with nothing.
So Vader's got a bit of a demotion, and so the Emperor has given him a task which he's pretending to do, but also on the side he's kind of trying to amass. He's got a human helper who is, and unfortunately I'm completely blanking on her name, but she's awesome. And even in this issue, you find out that she's not stupid. Like, there's a part where she goes, "Yeah, I know you're gonna kill me once I've run out of my usefulness, so just do me a favor and do it quick."
Right.
Like, just give me. He's like, if I have a choice, give me lightsaber. Just don't even warn. Just do it.
Right. Just one quick.
Yeah, just real quick.
She kind of reminds me of like the people who would want to be vampires and were just helping out vampires.
Yeah,
right?
That's basically
not
her.
Not to cross over into anything there, but
like he's not forcing her.
Right.
Like
she has an agenda.
Yeah, she has an agenda, and she is on board. She is Team Vader all the way. And he's got one of my new all-time favorite characters in 000, who basically imagines C-3PO as a homicidal maniac. Seriously. He's got these red glowing eyes.
He would be perfect for that.
He's into torture. He has this one great line where his little R2 counterpart sets all these robots on fire, and he just goes, "Haha, you're on fire and you're dead." It's awesome. So if you're not reading the Star Wars Marvel comics, I don't know what to tell you.
Start now because it's only issue 4.
It's only issue 4. You still have plenty of time.
You can catch up.
When you go out to buy your Pez dispenser, also swing by the comic book store.
Right.
Pick up issue number 4 of Darth Vader and 1, 2, and 3.
And those two things I think could be done on one trip.
I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and actually if you're super lucky, your comic book store has Pez dispensers.
Right.
So do it. We're giving out some good life advice today, I think.
I hope everybody's at least, writing some of this down.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they need to. It's in their Jedi Alliance journal that we mentioned. I mean,
there we go.
It's all going to be on the final, kids.
Please make sure you have it down. Okay.
So here we go. As some of you may have noticed, the last time I was here, our conversation, our topic, our forced on, was about the subject of racial inequality in the Star Wars universe. It was a good conversation. It's an important conversation, I think, to keep having, until
which they still need some sort of legislation to be passed.
They really
to fix that problem.
Yeah, and again, not just in Star Wars, but in life. So it was a good topic, but as some of the fan responses denoted, it's a bit of a downer. So it's nice to be back here today and
appreciate your honesty, though,
and have something a little more lighthearted to talk about. So today on Forced On, let's talk about death. Right?
Who has died?
Who has died? We, Mr. Rockenstein and I, we spoke. We compared notes. We've come up with the top 10 Star Wars deaths. Now these are mostly from the movies. We know there's a whole expanded universe.
There's a huge spectrum.
But oh my God, we didn't have the time.
No, I think it would have been more than 10. Perhaps.
Yeah, we'd be like, well, here are the top 119 deaths in all of Star Wars.
So stay tuned.
And there'd still be people mad that we left some off the list. They'd be like, no, excuse me. So no, we're just going mostly movies. We do have one that's not a film.
That's correct. Can I mention something though?
Of course you can.
Because you were talking about
buddy.
inequality.
Yes.
And I want to say that the Jedi Alliance show is taking a step to battle that kind of inequality, because
absolutely
the co-hosts that they have both have the name.
Yes.
Joey and Joe.
Yeah.
So
and when I was on with and talking about racial inequality, the guest was named Joseph. So I think now we have to get all three of us in.
Yes.
Now what we got to do is get the three of us
We're just gonna have the entire evolution of the name.
Exactly. Yeah. You just have the big evolution chart. Joe, Joey, and Joseph.
So Joseph, if you're out there,
yeah, if you're out there,
we want you back.
Yeah, we're gonna talk. We'll get the schedule set, and we'll do that. But before then, we have the top 10 Star Wars deaths, and like anyone who does a top 10 list, we cheated, and we actually are starting off with an honorable mention.
Yes, but I think this is my favorite part of the list, the honorable mention. I'll be honest.
It absolutely is, and really, mostly we only picked it just so we could use the picture. But Porkins. Honorable mention to Porkins.
Porkins.
Good old Porkins eating the fried chicken. I mean, I love that picture. How can you not love that picture? He's got the NASCAR helmet.
He's hungry.
He's got a bucket of chicken. And he's got
a bucket of wings.
He's going down.
He's got the 10-piece.
If you're going to go out eating a bucket of chicken, right? That's
the amazing part is that he actually had room in the cockpit of the X-Wing for that bucket of chicken.
Yeah.
Like they don't do any kind of stock check before they go.
No, I hope he had like an extra size X-Wing. I think Porkins was a big boy.
Let's start with that.
But
Can we start with that real quick? Because what I had read that Porkins was actually originally hired to be a stand-in for Jabba.
That would explain a lot.
Then, right. First of all, how bad is that going to make you feel about yourself, though, to know that you're going to be standing in for...
That had to have given him a complex.
Right.
It couldn't have felt good. Like, we have this giant blob. We need you to pretend to be that for a while. You'd be like...
You don't have to do much.
Mr. Lucas.
Just kind of do what you're doing already.
Can I have 5 minutes to just go cry for all my tears, please. Then I'll be right with you. But yeah, Porkins going out, fighting for the cause, eating some chicken. He is our honorable mention. But now the actual list, the actual top 10.
Starting with number 10.
Starting with number 10.
Number 10.
We're going backwards and everything.
Yes.
which might be tricky because we're not very good at math. But number 10, the most adorable selection
And I think
on our list.
one of the saddest.
Definitely
deaths.
one of the saddest deaths. Not to the Ewok.
Oh,
I mean, listen, say what you will about the Ewoks. I know they aren't always the most popular.
of course not. But if you didn't feel something when Nanta took that blast.
Yeah. And certainly, I mean, I was probably 8 when I first saw it. So
Right.
I'm all excited because here are these living teddy bears fighting Star Wars, and they're doing well, and then they kill one of them.
I know. What is wrong with
I was
this
like, no.
world?
I'm like, don't kill No, they're adorable. Why would you do that? I do have to say, I don't know what it says more. If it's that the Empire is terrible because they only killed one of them, considering all the technology they had.
Right.
Or if Nanta just really sucked that, like that's the one Ewok. Like, yes, we all made it through. Oh, right. Nanta. It's like, of course. Stupid Nanta. That's the one who bites the
Like
bullet.
they expected him to.
Yeah, like, you should probably go first,
Right.
buddy. We're gonna hang out. We'll come around later.
They put him on the front line.
Yeah, we'll throw a spear. You just see that giant metal thing shooting the lasers with the legs walking
Right.
at us. Yeah, you go fight that.
Just go wave at him.
Yeah,
wave him down. You'll be fine.
Go get him. It's like one of my few favorite Family Guy bits from the Star Wars when they did the parody of him getting in before the battle on Hoth.
Right.
And he's like, "How you feeling, Dak?" And Dak's like, "I feel like I could take on the whole Empire myself." It's like, "Oh, that'd be awesome! Hey guys, everyone, Dak's got this.
We're out."
And you see him flying out. It's like, "All right, come on, you guys." I think that was based on what actually happened to Nanta. Like, "Oh, you feel good? You got this? All right, buddy.
Nanta's got this.
Yeah, we're all behind you. Make us proud." And then no, he died a terrible, sad, tragic, but still adorable death.
And I wouldn't say he didn't die for nothing.
No,
he
definitely he died so that the rest may live.
Thank you, Nanta.
Thank you, Nanta. Much love. Props.
Coming in at our number 9, Jango Fett.
Yes, father of Boba,
Man,
and decapitated by Mace Windu. First of all, the death itself, that's not a fun way to go. And he, as watching Spartacus and other TV shows and movies have taught me, anytime you're in a gladiatorial pit, somebody's going to die a horrible death.
of course.
And in this case, it happened to be
Now,
Mr.
would this
Jango.
not be an honorable death, though, for someone like Jango Fett?
I imagine I'm sure he was a little miffed, but he would say going out in battle would be
It's
fine.
the way that he wanted to go.
Exactly. And as we all know, it then inspired his young son Boba to grow up and become the badass that he was.
Of course.
So it's not like it was for nothing. I imagine given a choice, he would prefer to keep his head on. But that's just, I don't know. Maybe he was ready to go. Like, go ahead, fine.
Right.
I'm done. I mean, look at me. I'm in Attack of the Clones. Please, somebody kill me. God, somebody put me out of my misery.
How many more of these are there?
He didn't have to be in the movie anymore.
Right.
He's like, I'm free. I can go home. I mean, if you're gonna go out, go.
That's the way
for the cause,
right.
like getting out of that movie.
Now, do you think his son held on to the head as almost like a shrine or some sort of motivating?
I imagine he's got that thing in a freezer somewhere, which is gross and creepy. But,
it is.
But I mean, the way he was holding it, at the end, there's that shot of him in the shadows holding on to his
that
dad's
head.
head. He's probably like, "Yeah, I'm gonna keep this.
Right.
It's a good keepsake."
Have something to remember my dad by.
Yeah, fathers always like to pass things down to their
Right.
sons. I give you my head.
Right. Because they probably didn't have too many other things that they could really pass down.
Yeah, I don't think the Fets had much in the way of assets or keepsakes,
Right.
memorabilia.
They seemed like they were kind of paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, no, they were scrounging. So
Yeah.
it was definitely like, I have nothing. Just here you go,
Take my
buddy.
head.
Yeah, just you get that? You pick that up? Drop something. Go
That's
get
for
it.
you.
Yeah,
That's for you.
Happy birthday, son.
Number 8.
Number 8. Number 8's a good one.
It is. For those going back to the Clone Wars, number 8, Privisla.
Yeah. See, here we go. Here's our non-film, Privisla.
Again, another warrior died in battle. But what a great battle that was.
Yeah. Again, going up against Darth Maul, and and it was definitely not one-sided. And this was a guy who had up to that point pretty much fought everybody. I mean, he went up with Obi-Wan. He fought Ahsoka. I don't think
and held his own without having. Doesn't have any force powers, so
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, no, he hung in there and he went for it. So, he went out noble.
He did. I was kind of disappointed that he lost, though, to be honest, because I thought he had him.
Yeah, and at that point, even though he was kind of the bad guy, Maul of course is the badder guy,
right?
So you're kind of thinking, well, this Privisla guy, he's kind of, and he sort of had a point overall. He was kind of a jerk about it, but he sort of had a point in his motivations. And then here comes Darth Maul. It's like, I'm going to chop your head off now. Plus, on a show like the Clone Wars, which granted had never really strayed away from violence, but wasn't, fully, it was probably the most violent death on Clone Wars. I mean,
I would say so. Yeah.
Guy getting his head chopped off on what's essentially a Saturday morning cartoon.
Right.
Like
that whole arc,
that's pretty.
that was definitely one of the darker arcs that they had with the Mandalorian storyline.
Yeah.
And how the Death Watch wanted to take back what they originally had.
Yep.
With their people.
Yeah.
And then Maul comes in and is like, they had joint forces at some point, and then he wants to be the head of.
You kind of teamed up, and and then Maul's like, "Yeah, I'm going to be the boss," and of course, there turns into a pissing contest, and sorry, Pri, but and that's
he lost his head.
That's our second decapitation in a row,
and unfortunately, he didn't have a son to give his head to.
He did not. He had no. No, although I don't know, he had a lot of followers, so maybe one of them kind of grabbed it like
off to the side.
When Maul walked out, it's like, all right, I'm gonna keep this, sell it on eBay or something.
I have to look for that now.
Yeah, sold it on the HoloNet.
Number 7. Oh man,
pork and stand-in.
Number 7, Jabba the Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt,
man,
the infamous gangster choked to death by a fine Carrie Fisher.
I would have to say that was probably one of the grossest death.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's a giant slug
getting choked,
and he's got that big tongue drool going
everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere.
It was so gross. Like it's a good thing the ship blew up and no one had to clean up after that, because that just would have been. Right. I'd have been like, no, I'm not doing that. No, get that little.
It's not in my contract.
Yeah, get that weird little monkey guy to come over here and like lick it up. I'm not doing it. No, thank you.
Okay, so for a human, it takes 6 seconds for someone to be choked out.
Right.
6 seconds.
Felt like
for a Hutt,
that felt like a good minute and a half.
That's a big neckline.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. You saw how heavy that chain was.
Yeah.
And and it's Leia. I mean, that was definitely one of, if not her most badass moment, in the whole series. But she's a little lady, and that's a big gross worm
big
dude.
Chain, and that's a big Hutt.
So good for. She had good technique. You put the leg.
Right, so she had good counter pressure. Yeah, she had good counter pressure on that choke. She did.
That was like the Star Wars.
Right.
That was like the Star Wars version of the sleeper hold. Right. Roddy Piper would have been very proud of her. Like, yep, that's how you do it, kid. That's what you do. You just.
I think a lot of MMA fighters have studied that move.
Yeah.
And have started incorporating that.
That's probably what they're like. If we did that with our arms, we could get belts in Vegas.
Yeah, that's how the guillotine choke.
Yeah,
was thought up. It was through Princess Leia.
So yet another thing that Star Wars inspired.
As inspired. I mean,
UFC.
I'm telling you guys, this final is going to be question packed.
It is.
There's going to be a lot going on.
You all better be taking notes, because we know our trivia. Star Wars invented UFC and the guillotine choke. But yeah, and and Jabba was such a big villain. And I don't just mean in his girth. I mean, he was a guy who we'd been hearing about for 2 movies, hadn't even seen him yet. And then finally he's revealed, and it's like, holy crap, I don't want to piss that thing off. And he was master of his domain, ruler of all that surrounded him. But that fine slave girl.
A little disappointing though that none of his minions stepped in to help him out.
Yeah, I gotta assume they're either dead already or just
They were just
preoccupied.
scared.
Yeah, and
Well, because there was a lot going on at that time, anyways.
yeah,
right?
you know, it was active.
Yeah.
I'm sure nobody was running by. Was like, hey, is choking Job?
Is Job getting choked?
He'll be fine.
Right.
Well,
He'll just swing his tail.
that'll probably take another 4 minutes anyway. I'll come back for a second.
They had time.
Yeah, I gotta fight this dude who's flipping around and hitting everybody with his laser sword. God, I went into the wrong profession. What am I doing here with my life? I went to college to work on Jabba's ship. I'm just saying they probably had a lot of regrets.
Which I'm sure most of them did.
Yeah.
If you were hired to work on Jabba's ship, I'm sure that was like one of those moments you're like, yeah, why did I even get a degree?
Yeah. Between Jabba's ship and both Death Stars, there's a lot of collateral damage of just people like not even involved, just going, come on, man, boom, they blow up. Like that's I should have tried harder in school.
Plan your life. That's all we're saying.
Yeah, that's the main. Stay in
Plan
school,
your
kids.
life.
Yes.
Coming in at number 6 for top 10 deaths.
So sad. Yoda,
The face of Star Wars.
the face of Star Wars, one of them,
Right.
and not necessarily a big violent death, action-packed death, or even dramatic, but just it's he lived a long life,
Very symbolic death.
very symbolic, and now that we know all that, well, not all, but a lot of what he did before that time with Luke, it was the end of an era. I
Right.
mean, 900 years. When 900 years you reach, look as good you will not. Something like that, right? Isn't that the
That
quote?
sounds about right.
It's close enough.
If only that relationship though that they had, like that, just that moment that literally faded away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Right there.
that if Mr. Miyagi had disappeared in front of Daniel-san, it would have been like the same thing. Because you have the great mentor, and great mentor, great Jedi legend, and then finally now his watch has ended. Oh wait, sorry, I went over into a different show. That's another of Ken's podcasts. But no, again, it wasn't necessarily the biggest moment in the movie, but it was an important, just in the story of Star Wars.
Right.
It was an important thing to watch happen.
That was literally almost a moment where you can see the act break.
Yeah.
Like for those of you who are screenwriting people.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. And pause.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very sad too. That was definitely another
Yeah.
sad one when I felt that was time for Yoda to go.
Yeah. Well, and certainly watching these things as kids, you kind of always assume the really adorable characters are going to stick around. Much like the Ewok. And it's like, no, but
Nope.
Yoda, you never want the puppets to die, but Yoda had to go.
As do they all.
As do they all. But he had a better run than most.
That's true.
Better and longer. So more power to you, Yoda.
He saw a lot in his time.
He did. Possibly a bit too much.
Yeah.
And as someone had mentioned on the YouTube chat, also had an awesome lightsaber battle with the Emperor in the in
good
Revenge of the
call.
Sith. I mean that was
absolutely.
Yeah, and I completely blanked on that. So good job for the person who mentioned that. I missed it. It was like.
But that was definitely an epic battle.
That was a great battle. Yeah, Emperor's throwing the Senate pods at him, and he's
Right.
diving from.
I mean, how
one
frustrating must that have been as the Emperor when you got Yoda just jumping all crazy at you? You're like, what? You just had a cane. What are you doing jumping at me like that?
And you're this tiny little
Right.
dude. How it's probably the same as Dooku. You're like, wait, what? How can
on.
you do that? You're old and small, and you're beating the crap out of me. I'm a horribly powerful person. What's happening?
I am not equipped to handle this.
No. Time out. Hold on. I was misinformed. I was led to believe that you were old and feeble.
Then I am supposed to win this battle.
Yes.
Oh, Yoda, thank you for all your teachings.
Thank you, Yoda. Much love. Peace out. Number 5.
Oh,
this
yes.
was
Heart-wrenching.
I like this
Heart-wrenching.
one. Heart-wrenching. Possibly of the films, probably the darkest moment. And not just a singular death. The
There
younglings.
was multiple. Yeah, younglings.
A room full of
Taking number
younglings.
5.
Taken down at the hand of Anakin Skywalker as his turn to the dark side becomes complete. That's that's one of those where you knew it was coming, but you're still like, oh no, don't.
You didn't think he was going to go through with it. You didn't think he was going to go through with it.
You're like, come on, Annie, you can.
But, no,
you just and there's you see the one, he's just standing like, what's happening, Master Skywalker? It's like, nothing good, kid. Nothing good's happening. You need to run. Right. That's what's happening.
But he didn't have a chance. Like, he just woke up from his nap.
Yeah, one of them's in the back sipping a juice box. Just they're hanging out, and all of a sudden here comes.
They're expecting, 4:00 is lightsaber training with.
Yeah, it's like, what? You're early, dude. Come on. Is this like a pop quiz? What's going on? All of a sudden it's like, oh crap.
The sad thing is that the younglings were going to get it no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, if it wasn't going to be Anakin, it was going to be Cad Bane was going to take him out. So
yeah, I mean they were not long for the universe, but the fact that it was Anakin, and that really is the thing that's where you knew, like, nope, he's gone.
Right. That's when you knew that he didn't like kids.
Yeah. That's when you thought, someone should really throw him into a volcano and chop his legs off. He is not nice. Someone really needs to teach that guy a lesson, because he is getting out of control. That was excessive. That was really excessive. Like, the younglings, they're not the best behaved, but that's like going overboard.
Entire death. Like, maybe they could just lose a couple hands or something like that.
I mean, start with a finger and see where it goes. Yeah. Right. Like
you could probably get someone to quit the Jedi Order, if they lose a few fingers.
Yeah.
Or toes.
Like, all right, kids. Here's what's gonna happen.
Right. We don't want you here anymore.
You're either gonna lose your hand or get out. What's the choice? But
I don't have anywhere to live. Yeah. Well, that's your choice then.
Yeah. Well then, that's not gonna be a problem for you in about 2 seconds. Come here. I think Revenge of the Sith. The prequels obviously get a very bad rap in most cases, justifiably so. But I think Revenge of the Sith at least is I find it the least objectionable of the prequels, and it's because of moments like this where you're actually feeling like, and even if the execution and filmmaking wasn't to top notch, it's still like, this is the moment where Anakin Skywalker stops and here comes Darth Vader.
Right.
Like, that's just, there it is, and it's horrible, but also really cool to see. Like, yep, that was like definitely the thing.
The mental change that he just crossed over right there into that point.
Yeah, where it's like, yep.
Yeah, he's not turning back.
Yeah,
now.
there's no coming back. Mm-hmm. As we know, he definitely never came back.
Number four,
one that I did not see coming. Apparently, I was supposed to, but I was surprised by it. At least when I first saw it in the theaters. So, from Phantom Menace, Qui-Gon.
Oh, Qui-Gon, why?
In the Duel of the Fates.
Yes.
I mean, again, epic battle.
That was a huge lightsaber battle.
And yes, in hindsight, you probably should have known that generally the teachers in the Star Wars universe are not... They really don't fare well in these movies. It's like, Obi-Wan? No. Okay. But at the time, it's Liam Neeson in a Star Wars movie. You kind of think he'll at least stick around for a bit, but no, he's got that awesome battle with the badass Darth Maul, and it was a really good moment. And you had Obi-Wan there behind the shield,
right,
completely powerless to do anything.
Couldn't do anything at all.
Yeah, that was. I mean, that's certainly the finest moment from that movie.
And I was hoping that was a moment, that Qui-Gon was just really trying to let it be a teaching moment, and it wasn't just a moment of where he had some kind of contract battle with the Taken series that he just couldn't continue on in Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, where he's like, no, I got I'm
gonna do this other trilogy.
There's like there's a big legal battle. Well, and in hindsight, I imagine he probably would regret, because Taken 1 was awesome, but the other two, not so much.
But I could see him pulling out a cell phone while going up against Darth Maul.
Yeah, like, hold on, I have to. What? Wait, you want me to?
I have a specific set of skills.
Or even just anything, like, wait, you want me to fight wolves in Alaska? Yeah, I'll do that.
That sounds good.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Right.
I think, probably character-wise, I think all these Jedi Masters kind of go into that battle, because, clearly Obi-Wan, when he was going up against Vader, he figured, well, he kind of used that as a teaching moment. So, and now we know he was inspired by the sacrifice of Qui-Gon. Oh, it all makes sense
Yes.
now.
Yes.
I just
See?
got that. Look at that.
It's all about the sacrifice.
It is. It is. That's man, being a Jedi Master is not a good life plan.
No.
It's
It's a profession that you don't last unless you're Yoda, but
yeah, it's like you have to walk around with a whiny, annoying kid for a while, and then someone's gonna stab you with a lightsaber.
right.
But it's got a great 401k.
But who does that go to when you're gone?
I don't know. It goes right back.
Interesting.
Into
And the
Jedi
irony of it all
Council.
is that, like, you end up getting stabbed by a lightsaber, but when you're going around with the whiny kid, you want to stab yourself with a lightsaber.
Yeah, you're like, it's like, God,
Oh,
somebody
shut this
stab
kid
me.
up.
Jeez. You're like, you know what? I'll take the lightsaber. Fine, come on, please. You're doing me a favor. You seen that kid? I bet when he's a teenager, he's going to be an even worse actor. Oh my God, it's going to be terrible. I'm just saying.
All right.
But speaking of which, see, we're going all full circle
Yeah.
here, because guess who's next at
Number
number 3? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hey, what do you know?
Help me, Obi-Wan.
Help.
Help me, Obi-Wan.
He tried to help. Didn't do a good job. Well, no, he did a good job because they escaped. But man, that old guy, he gave it his best shot. But I think he knew it was coming, and I mean, how
I don't think he...
and how do you mess with
he
Darth
didn't-
Vader?
But I don't think that he really wanted to go full out against Vader, considering their history.
No, it would have been interesting, like, if he had gotten the upper hand, to see, like, does he kill Vader?
Right.
Or does he
Is
go,
he just as good as him now, or...
yeah, or is he like, no, really, come back to the good side, dude. Come on. It's only been 30 years. You can fix it. And our first lightsaber battle in the whole Star Wars,
Right.
At least not chronologically, but for the first one we as fans ever saw, and probably sat there with our jaws on the floor,
On the
going,
floor.
"Oh my
Yeah.
God, that's the coolest thing ever."
I'm pretty sure I asked my mom, where can I get one of those?
Yeah, I think every kid, like,
Right.
I want that.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's not. Shut. I want it. I want.
I want one of those, please.
Yeah, I want the red one, because that guy won. Not
yeah.
the old. Yeah, no, I and huge moment for Luke, for certainly that whole trilogy, and as we know, Vader struck him down, but he came back twice as strong.
Yes, he did.
So maybe Vader shouldn't have done
Interesting how they had that. They show the sacrifice so they can pass on that knowledge to whoever they're teaching at that time.
that. Yeah. And then they stick around, like, no, yeah, I'm not done yet. Did you see that? Did you see what I did?
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention,
Right.
dude. You're gonna be hearing this voice a lot. Just use the Force, Luke. Yeah, I got it, dude.
Get out of my ear. Get out of my ear.
Are you sure?
Get out of my ear. I'm good.
You should really be using the Force right now. Like,
I don't want to right now. I'm
come on,
good.
I'm making a sandwich. Shut up. Like, you forgot pickles, Luke.
If you used the Force, you wouldn't have forgotten pickles.
See?
And if you guys can tell, we are going down a little ways of master apprentice, a little
Yes.
kind of like a theme here that we're working out here, because coming in at number 2,
Mr. Palpatine.
the Emperor.
Senor Palpatine.
Yes.
Yeah, the Emperor. First, just visually, one of the coolest deaths in the whole, him flailing down that giant
And
pit.
still shooting the
and just
lightning.
shooting
and
lightning
everything's-
everywhere. Just, nah! I mean, that was just awesome. It was the culmination of the other awesome Luke and Darth Vader lightsaber battle.
Correct.
It then led to the redemption of Darth. It was part of the redemption of Darth Vader, because he's the one who threw him over. I mean, it's this huge moment,
Mm-hmm.
and finally the galaxy is safe because the dreaded Emperor is dead.
Interesting how Vader came full circle. He crossed over the moment that he killed a bunch of younglings,
Yep.
and then he came back to save one youngling, which was his son.
Yeah.
Obviously.
And he killed both his masters. He's not a very good apprentice, man.
You know what?
You know,
he just doesn't
these two
respond well to authority.
He really
right?
doesn't.
So
He's a rebel to the end.
Yeah, he's
Man.
somebody who is an entrepreneur. He can't work in corporate America.
Yeah, no. He's like, I do what I want.
Yeah.
I don't believe what
He
you're saying.
can't have a list of rules. He can't box him in.
I'm gonna throw you down this giant tube.
Yeah. Where he come out, I don't know.
Yeah. No, he It was, and certainly now that we've seen his full film life, although there's plenty in between, and if you haven't read it yet, it's available now. Darth Vader #4 on stands near
Available
you.
at your local
At
comic
your
book
local
shop.
comic book shop. Earth 2 Schumer Notes. What up? But yeah, no,
My question: do you think the Emperor really? I mean, he could have possibly survived that.
Well, and he could have survived that if then the Death Star didn't subsequently blow up.
Right.
I think
But
that was
being
pretty
one
much
of the most powerful Sith lords.
Yeah. Well, and actually, I think there was a comic series that I think I have an issue of from like 15 years ago, where like they cloned him and brought a clone back of Palpatine.
Interesting.
Like 10 years after Jedi.
God,
you
can mess with someone's mind on that one.
Yeah, they had like a whole clone factory of like more Palpatines and stuff.
That's
like,
scary in itself.
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. I think it was. I forget who put it out. I want to say Image, but I could be wrong.
Especially if they were all like talking at the same time, saying the same.
And now your friends will feel this fully operational Death Star. Yes, it is what he said. All right, whose turn is it to order pizza? I got it last time. Don't tip, just hit him with the Force lightning. Just zap him. See if he has any other deliveries in his car first.
So we've gone from honorable mention 10 to 2. Now,
You'll never
number
guess.
1 death. There's no way you guys are going to get this one.
You'll
at all,
never
so
guess
don't even
who this
try
is.
to guess.
It's so obscure.
I mean,
who now?
we
How do you pronounce this name again? Oh right,
Dater?
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Darth Vader.
Number 1,
Of course.
Darth Vader. Congratulations.
Who the hell else was it gonna be? I mean, come on, But yes.
I think if we didn't have Vader at number 1, then there's no way we'd be asked to come back.
No, Ken would be like, he would notice a disturbance in the Force,
Right?
Get on a plane, come in.
He would have come here and interrupted the show.
Yeah, you would immediately see him running in right now, punching us both on the face, going, "I'm sorry, I will never leave you again." But he did leave you, and we're still
Sorry
here
about
because
that.
we picked Darth Vader.
I know some of you were a little disappointed, but hey, at least Vader is number 1 on the top 10 deaths.
As he should be. I mean, the film-wise, really, it's the whole thing turns into Darth Vader's story.
Right.
Once you take the prequels into account, like I know Luke is but really it becomes a story of Darth Vader. So this is his fate, but finally redeeming himself to save his son, defeat the Empire, save the galaxy. Try to do a little mea culpa for the whole younglings thing, which they don't. Sorry.
Oh, gosh.
My bad. I was having a bad day. I was a little cranky. Hadn't had my coffee. Just started slaughtering children, as you do.
Hey, just lesson learned: don't run out of coffee.
Yeah. No, keep Mr. Vader fully caffeinated, and maybe you won't get sliced in half. But I think Darth Vader dying after killing the Emperor to save his son and the entire galaxy. I mean, there's really not a bigger statement made in any of the Star Wars films than that. That's what I think. What do you think?
I agree with that, and I was just trying to think of the symbolism that they had, because it was similar to the Yoda death scene when Vader, when they took off his mask and he eventually finally passed.
Yeah.
But like the whole the sacrificing moment from master to apprentice, where did that leave Luke at that moment? Kind of relieved in some aspect, but also maybe a little bit.
Yeah, because
now he's on his own.
Yeah, he is. Obi-Wan's gone, Yoda's gone. Now his father, who all of a sudden is a good guy again, but now he's gone.
Right.
It's like, yeah, you're on your own, kid. Go for it.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
You go on out there and get him.
Stop kissing your sister. It's weird. It's weird.
It is really weird.
Stop it. It's a bad Luke.
So that was our top 10 list
That's
for
our
top
top-
10
yeah.
deaths in Star Wars. And I thought that was a fantastic list.
Me too.
I thought we covered a lot.
We did.
It seemed like a lot of people agreed with it in the chat room.
I think so. As I turn and look, and the first comment I see is, "I miss Ken." We all miss Ken.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
get it. I know. So do I.
God, we're trying.
I have his
okay?
number if you want. I don't.
Yeah, we could call him on speakerphone. No, he's busy.
And he trusts us.
Yes, he did trust us. Somebody just asked what? No Alderaan. It was in the discussion. That was another honorable mention.
Yes.
But we decided to go with the NASCAR picture of Porkins instead because it's hilarious.
Yeah, it was a great.
But
that
yes.
photo is what sold it.
Yeah,
and that picture sold it. So
it's
that's why.
Porkins in a NASCAR helmet eating chicken. We're sorry. probably if we are more serious, which clearly we're not, but
No.
if we were taking this more seriously, we would have gone with Alderaan.
Yes.
But we went with fat pork and eating chicken again. Sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
Right. We
Deal
take it
with
back.
Yeah.
Take it back.
You're welcome, America.
Which brings us to the last segment of the show.
Yes.
Duel
the Duel of the Fates.
Fates. Yes.
Yeah, they play the song. Back when actually, in honor of Maude Garrett, I think we're supposed to just be silent and let it go.
Feel it. That was good. I like that.
Right?
So we're covering what last week's Duel of Fate was first, correct?
Yes,
And
last week's Duel of the Fates. What was the biggest twist in the original trilogy? Story twist.
Correct.
Between Darth Vader being revealed as Luke Skywalker's father.
Yep.
Or was it Leia being revealed as his sister?
Oh, boy.
And
Oh, boy.
this was a close one.
Yeah,
This
I can't believe.
neck and neck.
If you guys, I'm sorry you didn't. If you wanted to vote but you didn't, you could have really helped out.
You really could have made a difference.
You could have helped out.
Because this one, in a fiercely contested battle, Darth Vader, being Luke's father, just barely eked out the win over Leia,
Yeah.
sorry, by the score of 49-9. So
49-9.
So here, I'm conducting for Maude.
Good job,
That's
Vader,
for you,
on that
Maude.
one.
So yeah, Vader. I mean, yeah, duh. I mean, yes, the.
So you're
Luke
saying
and
that
Leia
you
being-
voted. Your
I-
vote was for the.
Yes,
Father-son
I
twin.
would have voted. I mean,
I'll let you know. I voted for the other one.
Did you not?
I did. I'll explain why.
please do.
Okay,
The floor
'cause
is yours.
That whole part of them finding out, that they're brother sister, and someone did point it out too on the Facebook page, which is pretty obvious that and you said it, they made out, they kissed.
They did. It's
you
gross
kissed.
and creepy.
And I feel like then you learn that someone is your sister who you made out with and possibly had feelings for. You're not going to shake that, which obviously Luke didn't. Hence, he did make a turn
Yeah,
to
that's
the
true.
dark side, and I would say that motivated that turn.
Yeah, no, I can buy that. Well, and someone else in their discussion, I love this song. I do love this. This is good. Someone did point out that the Luke Leia's relationship could end up tying in, with Episode 7 and so on and so forth, and so it could end up being a bigger deal, which I buy into that.
That'd be cool.
But I mean, granted, it's the most misquoted line in all of film history, but Luke, I'm your father. I mean, come on, dude. That might be the icon of Star Wars. Like, not just Darth Vader himself. I think it could just be Luke,
Yes.
I'm your father, which again is the wrong quote, but still
It should be on a billboard, like
Yeah.
outside on the 405 and 101 freeways.
it really should.
The interchange.
Like, anyone hears that,
Yeah.
they don't even have to have seen Empire. They're like, oh yeah, that's that Star Wars thing you thought with the spaceships, right? Yeah, yeah, no, yeah.
I know exactly what that means.
Dorks. But so that was last week's Duel of the Fates.
Now for this week's.
This is a good one. I like this one.
This is exciting.
We're all about the Clone Wars this week.
Yeah,
sort of.
I
It's
like
kind
it.
of. It's,
I like it.
That's the.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't knock over
Leia.
my Leia Pez dispenser,
Well,
man. She's very fragile.
She was still affected by the kiss.
She was like, oh my god. That's why I separated them. See, Luke's over
Right.
here, Leia's over there. They
She's
got
trying to-
Stormtrooper and Chewbacca's in between them. Don't make Leia make out with my Stormtrooper Pez. It's just weird. So this week we're going with a little more Clone Wars.
Very specific.
Yes. Who do you prefer, Cad Bane or Hondo the Pirate?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Who would you want to have on your heist team?
Yeah.
Who is going to make a better?
Yeah. Whose squad are you signing up for?
Right.
If you're on the playground, they're picking teams. Who do you hope picks you?
Cad Bane,
Joe?
Hondo, Anaka. I hope I said his last name right. Anaka.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I think it's Onak, but
It's
also
Onak.
people go Hondo the Pirate, so I'm
Right.
go with that because it's
That's
easier
much
to say.
easier. Yeah. So, although Hondo did successfully kidnap Count Dooku, and then Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
and Anakin for that matter, like, you got like a three
He
three
just
on
kinda,
that.
he just
He
kind of
got
keeps,
one, and he got them all.
He just kind of keeps kidnapping
Right,
everybody.
he was good at that. But I would go with Cad Bane for my heist team. I would, because he doesn't have a problem laying down the law. People respect him. He's good at flying.
He is good at flying.
He's good at negotiating.
Yeah.
He's because like he would go for like a normal rate, and then he told even the Emperor one time, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna triple my rate this time.
Yeah.
Triple my rate."
Yeah. Emperor.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna talk back to
He
you
doesn't
now.
have a problem with that.
What up, homie? Yeah, no, I you know, as anyone who follows me knows, I generally go with the lesser of two evils. You know, and Hondo, Hondo isn't necessarily evil. He's, he kind of plays both sides.
Right.
He's more of, there's a lot more ambiguity.
And he's
with him.
funny.
He's funny. Some of the best parts are him just kind of walking over, Kenobi, what's up? I love his first description of lightsabers, where he's like, the woo woo thing. You have that.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So from a character standpoint, I prefer Hondo. I enjoyed him more. But yeah, if I'm gonna sign up with anybody, I want to be on Team Cad Bane, because that dude.
Excellent.
And he's a tough egg to crack. You remember the scene where he's getting interrogated, and like it takes Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Mace Windu all using their mind control.
That's
and
right.
He's
Yes.
still like, no, you're not. No, that's not. I mean, yes, I'll do it, but not because you made me. That didn't work. I mean,
It just really gave him like an itch.
yeah. It's like, stop
yeah,
it.
it's like,
Take
I'm
all.
good.
Like, if you can fight off 3 Jedi mind tricks at the same time, that's a dude I'm gonna. I want you leading my team,
Right.
because there's more of a
He's
chance.
gonna get the job done.
There's more of a chance I'm coming back. And as we know, Hondo's whole team was, Darth Maul showed up, and they're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
go with him now. Maul kept stealing everybody's team. He was mean. He was a mean man.
He's like a collector of teams,
Yeah. It's like, well, he was.
which is weird because Hondo and his team were a bunch of smugglers, but they ended up getting smuggled.
Yeah. Maul was just greedy. Jerk. So if we've learned anything today, it's that Darth Maul's a jerk.
He is.
Just in case you...
And we're Team Cad Bane.
We are Team Cad Bane. We're Team Cad Bane, but I'm happier when Hondo's on my TV screen. But that's just me.
It'd be nice if if they were like a comedy team that like Hondo would like open for him.
Yeah. Or they could, like Abbott Costello, like
There we go.
Cad Bane.
That's what I'm looking for.
Cad
Yeah.
Bane could be the straight man, and Hondo be like, okay, let me tell you about this baseball team I put together. It's really good. Okay, ask me who's on first. Come on,
It's a good team. It is a good team.
Oh. I don't do a Cad Bane impression. Sorry.
Yeah, that'd be a hard one.
Yeah,
But that was a great show.
I certainly think so.
Top 10 list covered.
Top 10,
Duel
bunch of
Fates.
deaths.
Deaths were happening.
We had it. So what do you think for your Duel of the Fates?
Tell us.
Tell us on the
Facebook
Book
page.
of Faces. Tweet at
Yeah.
us. Say it in this YouTube thing. That I'm.
Are you on Cad Bane's team or Hondo the Pirates team? And we will post that for you.
We'll talk. See, I like this. Hondo is great at parties. Cad Bane would be a bummer. True story.
That is very well put. Thank you. It's well said.
Yeah, that's like why I would do my 24-hour ride along with Lando. Like you don't want to roll into the club with Vader. You want to roll in the club with Lando.
True, but I will say that Vader would probably get a free bar tab.
Yes, yeah, Vader's drinking for free. But if you want to have fun, picking up the ladies, you're rolling with Hondo.
Lando knows all the new dance moves.
Yeah, and
He's
same
good.
with the Hondo Bane thing. Like
Right.
Hondo's in there
That's
like
true.
let's get down. Cad Bane's just like I don't.
He's not much of a dancer.
I need to. He'd probably be the designated driver. Like I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. He's just gonna be scrolling through Twitter. Like okay,
He's obsessive compulsive.
can we go, you guys?
Yeah.
He's the guy who like 12:30. He's like, come on, you guys. I'm really tired. I want to go home. And you're all out having fun. It's like, oh God, who keeps inviting this guy? I'm like, yeah, but he drives, so he's such a bummer. While Hondo's over in the VIP lounge on the table, like, yeah, let's
do this.
Yeah, so that's my insight.
And with that said, this has been the Jedi Alliance show.
Yes.
I am Joey Rockenstein.
I'm Joe Ruggirello.
You can catch us on Twitter at Jedi Alliance. I'm at Joey Rockenstein.
I'm at JoeRu23. Follow our buddy Ken, even though he's abandoned you. He's at Ken Napzok.
And why don't you tweet him and let you know how you felt about him abandoning you?
Yes, as long as you also say nice things
Yeah,
about us.
say that we
'cause
did good, but let him know that he was bad.
We tried really hard.
Catch Jedi Alliance on iTunes. Please rate and review the show if you're into rate and reviewing,
Yes.
or iTunes for that matter.
As you should be. Be sure to follow Schmoes Know and their many many shows. You got Profiles, Guilty Movie Pleasures, Box Office Breakdown, Meet the Movie Press, Marvel Movie News, DC Movie News, and of course that main show that they do on Thursdays that you might want to watch once or twice because it's really
a good show.
It's a good show. It's a good show. Jedi Alliance, did we too? Yeah, you did on iTunes and rate and review. Yeah. Follow Jedi Alliance. Follow Popcorn Talk at Popcorn Talk.
The Popcorn Talk.
Popcorn Talk.
And also at Schmoes Know.
Yes, I know them. I know them.
I know of them. Right.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know a couple of them.
I know. I have their phone numbers and everything.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. No, they don't respond to me ever. They forgot me.
Well, thanks for tuning in this week, guys. We really appreciate it. Again, I'm Joey Rockenstein.
I'm Joe Ruggirello. This has been Jedi Alliance on Popcorn Talk Network, where we talk movies. Thank you for listening, because many Bothans died to bring us this information.
So many deaths.
So many Bothans.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.